Hey everybody, this is Ben Eubanks with Lighthouse Research. I want to take just a minute and give you a quick update on Skillsoft Perspectives 2018. Spent yesterday kind of seeing some of the great sessions, hearing the keynotes, all that other good stuff, hearing the updates from the company, what they're doing. I was really excited to see some of the updates around ELSA, the embedded learning assistant that they're doing with Percipio. Basically, it captures your learning moments in the browser, just like some of the other learning experience platforms out there in the market. They're doing some really neat things where learning is embedded in the flow of work instead of it having to be a separate destination. And I was talking actually with AP, the Chief Technology Officer at Skillsoft yesterday, and we were talking about how people don't want to go and learn anymore. It's not that maybe they don't want to, maybe they don't have time, maybe they're stressed, they have a lot of work pressures, 50,000 things pulling in different directions, meetings, everything else. And so instead of expecting them to go either physically to a training class or virtually to an LMS, do their learning, the system kind of brings that learning to the point where they are, wherever they're working, whatever they're doing. They can capture those things, catalog them, keep track of them for their own development, so on. So that was really neat. Excited to see that. Excited to see more of that sort of thing being developed and the system being smarter, especially machine learning, AI components, a thing that's definitely big in my world right now, writing the book. And so I'm really curious to see how that goes. I was also really excited to see some of the sum total development, the work they're doing there. Really, they've come a long way in the last couple of years, and I'm excited to see the system, the capabilities, the experience they're developing for either onboarding, candidate experience, like all those different pieces are kind of wrapping together and coming together and creating a really great user experience for those people that are in working with the system. So I was excited to see that as well. Again, a lot of excitement here, about 1,000 attendees here in Vegas, and so definitely an enjoyable event. I'm glad they had me out to cover it, and actually had a great conversation, a good interview yesterday on. I joined Steve Bowes for the HR Happy Hour podcast, the co-host, and we interviewed Stephanie and Chris from Florida Blue about their award-winning innovation program. I had the honor this year of actually judging some of the entries. I didn't judge theirs, but I judged some of the entries for the innovation awards for companies that are doing learning programs. It was really a neat process. Saw some really great companies that are doing some good stuff on the spectrum, and it helps me to kind of keep my finger on the pulse of what people think is great and what truly is great on this spectrum. And so again, it's all relative. Some, a big step for you might be a small step for somebody else. So it was good to kind of see that range, and also to see the companies that are doing good stuff be rewarded and recognized for that. And so we talk about their program, specifically how they were able to show some ROI for a big risk that they took, a big step they took with one of their efforts, how they're kind of partnering with and leading the business in some cases, and how their learning program is actually going to potentially become a moneymaker for the business, not just a cost reduction, but actually a moneymaker at some point in the future. So a really great show. Have to check out the HR Happy Hour. Keep your eye on the stream so you can find that and listen to that episode because you'll enjoy it. Anyway, thank you for checking this out, and I'll check in with you soon for another event on the road.